Hypoc's actually short for hypocrite. It was a bit of a meme back from when I played on Unreal Tournament. In one particular tournament where we resorted to some kind of cheesy strats to win, which I always said I wouldn't do. So it just kind of stuck after that. So I have a lot of hats, and it kind of just means I don't have to ever do anything with my hair because I'm quite lazy. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason. Well, I was never actually officially crowned as world champion, but I think a lot of the time invested into a game that wasn't necessarily high profile, or it was dead for the majority of its life, inspired me to try and do something to make a name for myself later on. Obviously first attempt Overwatch and second attempt now PUBG. PUBG kind of came at a convenient time for me, having quit playing Overwatch and not having something to focus on competing in. When I first picked up PUBG, I never really guessed how quickly I'd become addicted to competing again. For me, the game itself kind of just creates some of the most tense situations that can't really be replicated in other games, and especially on kind of a high stakes situation, that becomes extremely addictive. That's definitely between me and MJ. I think between the two of us, we probably flip more cars than any other team combined, to be fair. Yeah, I'd like to see the possibility of circles, kind of particularly in the late game, being mostly water removed. I think it's a big anticlimax in some of the competitive games where it does happen. It's kind of a bit of a momentum killer to see kind of 20 or 30 players kind of ditch into the water and play in placement, which is obviously it's a legit strat to kind of do in tournaments, but it definitely isn't nice to watch, and it's not nice to see because it kind of just adds to the RNG luck. Other than that, I like where the game's going, so I think things will kind of be tweaked as the competitive scene develops. So other than that, I wouldn't really say anything else needs removing. Well, my go-to gun is the Scar, but my favourite gun to use is probably actually the Vector. I'd like to see the competitive scoring format continue to develop towards focusing on kills. There's still a huge gap allowing teams that kind of consistently place well with low kills, which I think a balance needs to be found between the two. I wouldn't like to see it more heavily weighted towards kills, but definitely finding a scoring system that kind of suits both is what's gonna be more competitive, I think. There isn't really anything specific in terms of like a practice routine for PUBG in general. It's not typically like other games where you can kind of just scrim against other teams. Even just queuing up as 4 and grinding leaderboards, you run into majority of other kind of teams that queue up at the same time anyway. But doing that over time builds team synergy. I feel that's kind of most valuable in this game. Especially kind of improving as a team and working as kind of 4 individuals towards kind of one objective. Other than that, I think just kind of playtime with each other is most important. For me, it's a lot about kind of clearing the air of any frustrations anybody has from previous games, any previous mistakes or anything like that. Those kind of being voiced and kind of dealt with prior to going into a game, just so nothing kind of drags over into the next game. We can focus 100%. For me personally, I mean, I like to just make sure that everybody's kind of happy with what we're doing, and kind of the strats being called.
All right. Well, that's pretty good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.